Welcome, guys, to Scarlet Scarf. Sanator Scarlet Scarf. Now, this is a game on Steam that I saw a while back. I grabbed it up because it was on sale one day. I never really played it, but pretty much this says is it's a visual novel. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically a game that you just read and maybe make some decisions, stuff like that, whatever. But it's more of a, let's say you put a comic or a manga into a game. You get what I'm saying? So it says, dive into the dark mysteries of a dying city with the fate of Senator Richard Murdoch in your hands. Perhaps it's not too late to stop the ongoing calamity. It was a novel inspired by the legend of Plague Maiden, which I don't know anything about. So I guess let's start. What is all this? I guess here. 6 days left until the epidemic. We brothers of Saint Elmo don't have drinks in the morning. Richard talks through his teeth and frowns, all to try and seem more strict, but it seems he's just another lodger for old Magda. Not one of the brothers, not a senator, not a hangman, and of course not a savior. More of a grandkid to be wined, dined, and well cared for to prevent him from losing weight. It's hard for Richard to acknowledge, but after the fear and hatred, after futile, heart-wrenching hope, and the following bitter disappointment, after everything he had seen in his eyes of the commoners during the years of servitude, he likes Magda's attitude. That's why the brother doesn't want to quarrel with the old lady. He knows he'll hurt them both if he snaps and rudely shows her place in a strict Tentarian hierarchy. But Magda continues to fuss over him. So, I guess this is Richard. And this is Magda.
How come, my dear? It's customary here in a restaurant. From time immemorial, it is so. Beer in the morning won't get you drunk. Only help your stomach wake up. Even my grandpa taught so.
Trying to distract himself from this embarrassment, Richard imagines the drunkard who once lived in his house. Must have been a good old man. Richard never had relatives. He had the surname Murdoch, but no family. Only the brotherhood.
But Tentaria as your mother and Elbow as your father, all good people from the frozen taiga to the shining milky mountains will call you brother.
The high-flown words of the testament echo in his mind. I read that as the old lady. I guess it wasn't the old lady, but it's whatever. No ale, no wine, no sleeper forbid, moonshine. Brew me the herbs, Magda. The old lady looks at him sympathetically and nods her gray head with concern.
Got stiff bowels, darling? You can say it straight. There's no need to be shy. I'll cure you in no time.
Not that brew. Another one. The one for the hangover. while the old lady tries to digest this contradictory demand, Richard notices his shadow slowly coming to life. It ripples, then detaches from the wall. The pale northern sunlight had pressed it against. Shoo! Richard hisses, but the shadow has already awakened. It distorts and changes into the most grotesque forms, threatening to swallow the unsuspecting Magda or cut her apart with sharp, bird-like claws. Hey, get out!
Why do you talk to old Magda that way, grand kid? Hangover brew, so be it.
Richard feels awkward and lies in response. It was a cat sitting on the window. Magda turns around at last. The tranquil light of the last warm days of autumn falls through the dim, dusty window. It plays with the floating specks of dust, gleam off the jars of glass and copper. And only Richard and Magda stand in its way, casting two straight, still shadows on the plastered wall. Excuse me. 5 days left until the epidemic. Richard steps silently under the countless arches of his dream's passages. The ringing bells attract him, drives him into the dust-coated chambers. Their owner, Enga, stays frozen, turned aside, pretending the Sanator's coming means nothing to her. But Richard knows it is not so. Whoa. That's creepy. There's lips, and then teeth above. There's a mouth above it with teeth, and then here's the head. His attention darts to her new creation, a huge monstrous bird cage with the gates bent outward like the ribs of an autopsied cadaver. The Sanator is used to the shadow's grotesque creations, the most vivid combinations of forms and images. Hadn't he seen them for years already? Today, however, Enga manages to impress him. What is it? Enga sighs and throws a brief glance at her guest.
Oh, hi!
As usual. Despite the unfriendly words, the tone of her voice tells Richard she's pleased with the question. I like it, but something is missing. The Senator isn't generous with compliments, expecting a catch. As if expecting such a review, flashes a ragged smile and turns into smoke almost immediately. A trembling gust of it slides from the eerie chair, floating to the cage. A moment later, the bizarre black bird treads the perch. Caw! As she cries, as she unfurls her mighty wings, slaps them against the bars, and bangs her head on the metal. Ah, now I see. Well, I should have guessed. Will you sit in this cage now? Woohoo! The bird answers and swells with clusters of open eyes. Richard sighs wearily, not impressed by the smoldering stare of her dusting pupils. Why do you keep asking for it again and again, Enga? Don't you know the commandments? Why are you all shadowy ethereal forms? The shadow bends lazily, sliding out of the cage in a stream of smoke, flowing through the bars like a mist, and adopting her human form again. I know they were never inviolable, Richard. I know all brothers violate them. You teach us, pamper us, let us out into the world. Richard raises his finger as if his words were a quote from the St. Ambrose Codex. I am not the one accountable for my brothers. Am I to be their watchman? Stop talking to me that way. I'm not your toy. Richard frowns, lips pursing in a thin line, wrinkles cracking across his forehead betwixt his brows. He throws his hands up, showing that her accusations have nothing to do with him. You should not look through my eyes now, Anga. This isn't about the commandments. This is about what you feel, what you desire. His shadow turns around, avoiding looking him in the eye. The senator knows how angry she is. He must not leave her in such a state. You should not hold on to your anger, poison yourself, obsess over impossible dreams. Trust me, I care about you. Without letting him finish, she turns around, hurls herself at him like a black cat, scratching. You idiot! She roars. To see what you're carrying! Let the Tenebrae feast on your commandments! I only wish to live! Richard waits without defending himself. The strikes weaken, as if Engel is being herself, not him. He is still calm and strict, showing none of his feelings on the surface. I'll do anything to keep you alive, he says, even if you don't believe me or don't have the patience. All to keep you from knowing the sea. I promise. She slumps against his chest, clutching his shoulders with sharp fingers. Is there really no way? Her eyes suddenly ask. Richard only shakes his head. It is not the time. I have no influence, no ink, no power. Vision and eyes watch us all. He holds Anga and looks into her eyes. The seal pulsates between them. Anga? Anja? Anga? Anja? How would you guys pronounce that? Would you make it with a J sound or a G sound? Trust me, together we will make it to the end, and we will be able to bypass it. Anga swells in his arms and rises triumphantly. Her shining eyes nearly throw sparks. Your promise was honest. I felt it. I heard it. You were not lying. Could I? Richard smiles, hiding a bitter pain. Then go. Act. Richard awakens, bringing the precious grain of the promise. Okay, so we talk in our dream, we talk in our sleep. Okay? Oh, he did not fib. There are ways to keep his promise, and he'll fight them. Hey guys, Bepev here. Now, that wasn't the full recording. I wanted to kind of do like a pilot episode for a visual novel. And if you guys like it, I'll continue doing it. I'll put out the rest of the video. And hopefully after the next video, the music won't be too loud. Sorry about that. These things sometimes happen, and there's not much I could do about it this time or next time around. But just know that I know that the music is way too loud, and it'll be fixed. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Pepe Romando, signing out. See you.